I guess this would probably be a better way of doing it rather than just doing a bunch of pictures. Well, we were kind of in the middle of reorganizing the whole house and remodeling the bathroom the day she died. So time kind of stopped the day she passed. Didn't really finish cleaning up and reorganizing. Just, like I said, time kind of stopped. So it's much more of a mess than it was 2 months ago. The roommate's room, no animals don't really go in there. So this is kind of like the front dining room / entertainment room. It's not how it was 2 months ago. I just don't want to be back in the back of the house anymore. So that's all subject to change. Like I said, countertops are a mess. Just time kind of stopped. That's where her high chair used to be. My roommate took it upon himself to put it all in storage a few weeks ago. So her food container isn't there anymore, and her high chair and her automatic feeders aren't there anymore. I had it all hooked up to a backup battery. It's all kind of a mess now. In case of power failure. And that runs off a cell phone SIM card. So that way the security system and the pet bowls wouldn't stop working if the power ran out. So I do have a poor man's security system. Nothing to write home about. It's a lot more of a mess than it used to be, which is why I'm kind of hesitant on showing it as is, but that's the backyard that she only got to use for 9 months. There's her buddy. There's her favorite shade tree. And out back behind it, you can't see it, was the squirrel tree. And that's the brush we've been cleaning up today. In our efforts to make way for planting some fence posts. I think right out here is that very expensive AC unit I bought only to keep her content and happy. And these two back rooms just kind of got left behind. This used to be the entertainment room until 2 months ago, but that's the corner where we found her. So I don't like being back here anymore right now. So I haven't really been back here really at all in the last 2 months. Just a wide open room that isn't really used for anything anymore. Same as this sort of utility room that used to be her favorite place to sleep, out in the front room at the front of the house. It's just kind of put off to the side now. This house is not very big. I only got it for the big yard. Like I said, we were in the middle of remodeling and reorganizing the whole house. At first this was my bedroom, then it was the entertainment room, and then it became the hangout dog room / entertainment room. Now it's not really nothing anymore. I was busy putting all this junk in here and had no idea I'd be putting this in here in storage the same day too. So I haven't really been back here either. This is kind of just a storage room. There's her automatic feeders that I never hear go off anymore. So the house isn't all that big, but me and her used to live in a 2-bedroom apartment half the size. So I figured it was a good enough trade-off for that 2-acre backyard. Uh, there were plans to put in some sort of air-conditioned doghouse, maybe, since we got all these concrete paths all over the place. I was gonna put in some sort of flap or human-sized doggy door for her to go in and out and have access to the backyard when the fence was finally put up. I mean, the only reason I even bought this house, or rather saddled myself with a mortgage I'm already underwater on, was to give her a backyard. So I'm kind of in a sunk cost fallacy kind of place right now. And that's kind of how dead quiet it is now. So sorry for my doom and gloom demeanor, but I know this doesn't look good, but like I said, 2 months ago, we were in the middle of remodeling, sawing up wood, reorganizing the rooms, and you know, we were in high spirits, much more so than we were for the past few months. And I went to Home Depot to buy some wood, just about 5 miles away. I also bought her a sprinkler to go play in. That's why we were going out of our way to get the hose hooked up outside and install a spigot outside. I got a call from my roommate that said he found her not moving and not breathing in that corner over there, which is where her bed used to be. She had her dog bed, this thing that kind of got left behind when we bought the house, so that kind of became her new bed, her choice. And then there was my king size bed in my room. She kind of alternated and slept whatever she felt like sleeping. So that day started out with us going to the nature walk, for a walk, driving around town together, coming home, just loitering around the backyard while we milled up some wood. And I went to Home Depot to buy a sprinkler and got a call 30 minutes later that my roommate found her unresponsive. And we raced to the vet, and so far all they can really tell us is it was some sort of heart failure. Their answers are very vague. They don't seem too sure, and I really got nothing else to go on. So basically that tree stump is kind of where that edge of the yard is, and then over there along those pine trees is where the other edge is. So yeah, that's the house. And there's her buddy. Coming in? No? Alright. Yeah. They just cut down the crops just 2 days ago, so there was actually a pretty good natural barrier out back on all 3 sides of the yard. She was always good about staying in the yard. But there's a ditch right there. We live on a road that doesn't have any a large volume of traffic or fast traffic, because this road's too small to even drive that fast on. This place really is a moldy heap. It's kind of worthless, extremely overpriced, but I was really hell-bent on having somewhere to hang my hat and having somewhere for the dog to run around that didn't involve a 10-minute drive to the dog park. I know it's quite the mess right now. I'm well aware that it's definitely not in puppy readiness mode, but At the time, we were remodeling and reorganizing, and I had a dog that was quite well behaved when it came to not getting into stuff in the house. So yeah, there's my. We actually just finished that a day or two before she passed away. The only reason I even have a king size bed is to make room for a dog. So I just got done putting all this stuff in this room, and like I said, I just never got around to finishing reorganizing and getting stuff in its proper place. Time kind of came to a standstill. And there's my girl right there. "4 years old forever." So, I don't know. I wish I could tell what happened. Wish I knew what happened. I would like to know if it was something I did, but I don't know. October 4th, started out us going to the nature walk. Everything seemed absolutely normal. And then it ended with me driving her body to Ohio State University at midnight so I could try to learn what happened. Still don't quite really have a definite answer. All they can tell me is there was something up with the valves on her heart, and that's really all they had to say. So, I'm well aware this place looks like a mess right now. I mean, I just got done trying to... This room used to be completely wide open. Like I said, we just moved everything out of the back room because I just didn't like being back there right now. So, quite a mess. I mean, I bought this house. I bought that new central air unit. Even replaced the furnace to make sure she was comfortable. And oh, they're not here anymore because I already gave them away, but this room used to be littered with dog toys. Now it's just kind of littered with stuff I just haven't gotten around to yet. So, oh yeah, I don't really want to go outside right now, but not that it really factors in, but we got two sort of sheds / garages that I guess that's really all I have to offer. This house isn't really much to write home about. Pretty much only bought this place for the acreage. It's pretty much where our food bowls used to be. We still kept our water bowl out because the cat uses it. Hooked up to the backup battery. Yeah, I know. I know. And that's for the property survey. Still waiting for them to get out here to do that. That way we know where to plant the fence posts. There were so many things, so many plans for this place. There's supposed to be a new vehicle so I could actually have the ability to buy her a friend. You know, getting her to daycare was becoming more and more difficult to schedule, so I was going to instead of bringing her to daycare, I was going to try to bring daycare home. Only reason we were trying to get around to finally finishing this bathroom remodel is that way we would have a place to wash her the next time she got in a fight with a skunk. That's the only reason why we were running saws and drills that day she died. So yeah, we were hell-bent on getting this thing finished soon, but like I said, time stopped. I mean, I've been making changes to make the place more pet friendly for her. But I gave away most of her stuff to the Humane Society already. I still have a few things. For instance, that's from her puppy days. The leak-proof blanket. That way, I wouldn't have to change my sheets every time she would get anxious and piddle on the furniture. That's not supposed to be doing that. Oh well. Okay, I've probably droned on too long. It's kind of a slobby mess right now. If things hadn't gone the way they had, her coat be hanging up right there too. So I'm not even sure if I really even want another dog right now. It's just coming home to this dead quiet house is just kind of driving me bonkers. I know. She was 6 months when I got her. Boy, did I... As puppies go, she was probably more well-behaved than most. I don't think she ever really chewed up anything. And wait, no, I take that back. She did chew up one belt one time, but that was because I was sleeping in and not getting off my lazy bum to get her outside. And she wasn't a talkative one. Didn't like telling me when she went out, so she would just... Yeah, I don't think she ever chewed up anything, ever. She just cried a lot. Then I had to go take her and put her in the truck with me. And then we got you, and you kept her happy. But we haven't even been here a year. We're still in the middle of renovating. We've been going up to the attic and fixing up problems up there. There's electrical issues right now. We've already gone down in the underneath the house in the crawl space to slather putty all over the ventilation because that was leaking. We've been doing our best to renovate this place, but now it's kind of like, what was it all for? Because I come home to an empty house, dead quiet, and I don't hear the clickety clack anymore. The happy hops. There's no more let her out the door and run around the backyard for half an hour routine. I mean, Saturday morning, Sunday morning was get up and go to the nature walk and then get to whatever else the day required. But now nothing happens anymore. So sorry for making this video so long. I'm not even sure if I'm even really fit to have a dog right now. Or if I was to begin with. Patty did pass away at 4 years old, and no one can give me a clear answer, so something went wrong. Don't know what quite happened, and I thought I had all the bases covered. I fed her 3 times a day, very small meals, all spread out because of all the bloat problems the veterinarians kept, scaremongering me with, so I had automatic feeders for her. I had a GPS tracker on her collar. And the only reason I even bought a security system was to to keep her under watch whenever I left the house. I don't know, I thought I covered all my bases, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I guess that's for you guys to decide. So, yeah, that's kind of my this is the slob of a house that I live in. It's not much, but hey, a 2-acre backyard. That's what it was for. So, thanks for listening to my rambling. Sorry for droning on for 20 minutes. If there's anything I missed, let me know. Again, I know this place looks like a slobby mess, but I promise you 2 months ago, things were looking a lot better than this. So, I guess that's all there is to say.